Fragrances can be pretty expensive, and most people are not too excited about having to spend more than $100 on some bottled liquid. So for that reason, I'm going to go over a short list of pretty affordable men's fragrances. All of these on the list are going to be below $100, and they also smell good. They're not low quality, they're still very, very good, high quality products. Starting with a pretty classic one, which is Acqua di Gio. Acqua di Gio has been around since the 90s. It's primarily a very fresh, light, sort of herbal, aquatic fragrance. It has rosemary, it has some citrus notes, water notes. There's some wood notes, but they're pretty faint. This is pretty much something you would wear during the summer to freshen up or going to the beach. It's very light, not super long lasting, but it's very good for if you just want to freshen up. You know, it's very hot outside, you want to make sure you stay light and fresh. This is about $50, so definitely relatively affordable. And of course, anything from the Armani brand is high quality, good stuff. Then, if you want something more exciting, more of a party fragrance, you can get Versace Eros. A bottle of this is about, I think, $60, a 3-ounce bottle. This has tonka bean, mint, lemon, vanilla. The vanilla note is very, very strong, has a nice kind of sweet warmth to it. And this is a very, very strong fragrance. That's why people often use it to go clubbing and go out to parties. This is definitely going to get you noticed. It will fill up the room. It's very popular. You'll likely come across many other people wearing this very fragrance. But if you definitely want something that will get you noticed, that is just all around well liked, then this is a really good option, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to enjoy it. Then from the same brand, Versace Dylan Blue. This is a fresher fragrance compared to Versace Eros. This mainly has notes of grapefruit, aquatic notes, fig leaves, some stuff like that. There's also tonka bean and saffron thrown in there. So basically you're going to get this very fresh yet strong sort of fragrance. Not as fresh and light as Acqua di Gio. It's a bit more intense than that, has those nice mineral musk notes that make it unique. So you're definitely going to get something more interesting, longer lasting, bigger projection, and it's just a very masculine fragrance, very kind of traditionally masculine. And it's also good for the hot weather, you know, if you want to freshen up and it's hot outside. Dylan Blue is usually around $60 as well for a 3.4 ounce bottle, so you don't have to spend too much, and that bottle will last you a long time because you don't have to use that much to, you know, have a nice smell about you. Then, the last two on the list I don't actually own, but I've smelled them before. Jupe Homme, or Jupe Homme, came out in the 80s. It's actually, it's supposed to be for men, but it's actually a very, very popular unisex fragrance. Women often use it. It's a tobacco honey sort of fragrance, which I really like. I think it has a great warmth from, and that smokiness from the tobacco. At the same time, it has the sweetness of the honey, so it's like these two very different notes counteracting each other. And it's a very unique fragrance, something you wouldn't often come across these days. Very powerful fragrance, it had great projection, great longevity, and it's only about $30 to $40, so really, really affordable. And you get a nice bottle, big bottle. So definitely something to wear if you want something very different, something more unique, something, some men might not like the sweet note of the honey, but considering that it's balanced out by the tobacco, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think it's a really nice fragrance. Then the last one is also from the 80s, Drakkar Noir, which was a huge hit during the 80s. These days it's lesser known, but it's still a really good fragrance. It's more of an aromatic, herbal, fresh, crisp sort of fragrance, actually very similar to Dylan Blue. I would say a little bit heavier than Dylan Blue, a little bit more intense, a little bit with some heavier, darker notes. But it also has some really good projection, great longevity, that sort of thing. And it's very affordable, more affordable than the Versace fragrances. It's usually around $30. Sometimes you can even find it for $20 because someone decided these days that it's, I don't know, it's just not as popular as it was during the 80s, but it's definitely a very classic fragrance. Very masculine, very crisp and clean and fresh, with some very unique notes. So if you really don't want to spend that much and you want a good fragrance, it's a very good choice. So that's pretty much all I have to say about affordable men's fragrances. If you have any opinions about the ones on this list, you can leave your opinions down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.